Hi, I'm your host, Marsha Florence with Just Ask. Today's show, ladies and gentlemen, is a light and easy cooking show, searching for the next conscious chef. Hurry back and join us. Hi, I'm your host, Marsha Florence with Just Ask. Today's show, ladies and gentlemen, is a light and easy cooking show, searching for the next conscious chef. But this chef you don't have to search for. It's a wonderful returning chef, Chef Carmela McTyre. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
You're back.
Glad to be back. Thank you.
Thank you. No, you may not know it, but people do write us, do call and say, what happened to the chef? So we wanted to ask you to come back and see how you've been doing and tell us what you're making today. So first, start off, what you been doing?
Actually, a couple of things. This summer, last summer at this point, I did a couple of different personal chef catering jobs. We did a catering job on the Detroit Princess and some birthday catering and personal chef jobs. Doing a little bit of teaching and just keeping busy.
Okay.
Keeping busy,
now,
working on a book.
I heard you did a wonderful event in Windsor.
Yes. So that was a New Year's Eve event.
Okay.
Went over to Amherst and catered a little private party of 16 people. So,
across the water. Okay, well, that's wonderful.
First international catering. So there you go.
That's wonderful, wonderful. So now, what is your book going to be about?
The book is going to be about training restaurant managers. So my dissertation for my PhD was on the training of restaurant managers. Mm-hmm. And so I want to dig a little bit more into that and how managers are actually trained, and do they train the same way that they were trained, or do they learn a little different? Okay. So, right. Yeah, okay, working on that with the husband.
Should we call you Dr. Chef Carmela?
Chef Carmela is fine.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so what are we having today?
We are going to actually do a chicken crust pizza. So, it's after the holiday now. We've had enough of the heavy foods. We want to do something a little lighter. So we're going to use chicken breasts. And we have ground chicken breast, and we're actually going to make it the crust for our pizza that we're going to do today.
Okay, well, let's have fun.
All right. So we're going to get started by, here we have our ground chicken already. We're going to season it up and then make it into our crust.
Let me ask you this. When you say ground chicken, is that, what's that, Genio? Or do you ground it yourself? How is that?
Actually, this one is grounded. I did it through a food processor.
Okay.
4 or 5 chicken breasts. Mm-hmm. Take it right through a food processor. Doesn't even take 2-3 minutes. And it just grinds up really easy.
Wow.
So we're going to season that up really well. You know how I am about my seasoning.
Yes.
Everything must be...
Yes.
It must be seasoned well, because, you have layers of flavor. And you want the crust, because it's chicken, you want it to be seasoned. You want to be able to, if there's nothing on it, the cheese has fallen off, or you still want to be able to taste some seasoned chicken.
You get that right. A lot of times, because we promote healthy cooking shows, we may not always be right on the mark, but we like to be close.
Close?
Yeah. To be close, because people still want to eat some of the traditional things or everyday things just in moderation.
Right.
Okay, so mainly, I don't want anybody to get confused, ladies and gentlemen, when you prepare something like this, don't eat it every day.
Oh, no,
okay.
No.
It's good, and you're like, okay, I'm going to have it tomorrow. No, it's still in moderation.
In moderation. And with this, you got a whole pizza that we're making, but you're serving anywhere from 4 to 6 people, okay? And you've got about a little over 200 calories per slice. Okay. And it depends on what you're putting on it. Mm-hmm. All right. With the chicken crust, you really don't need any extra meat. You can. I've done this and made a barbecue pizza. So you have barbecue sauce as your sauce. And you got some pineapples and mushrooms. You can top it with some ham, but there's really no need for the extra meat because it's got, you know.
It is meat. Okay.
Exactly. Your crust is your meat.
And you don't have any bread.
No bread.
Wow.
No bread. Okay. This is your crust.
And so with all that, you can make this in 30 minutes or less.
Yes.
So that's what I'm talking about. See,
all right. So we've got
30
this.
30 minutes or less. That's what we promoted.
We've got this seasoned. Okay. Now what we're going to do is move this out of our way. Okay. And we're going to take our pan, which we have a pizza pan here, and we've got some foil on it. We're going to spray it a little bit just so the chicken doesn't stick. Okay. All right. So we're going to move back and not spray you. But we want a little spray on there, right?
It doesn't matter what size pan you use. Does that matter? You know, but because this looks like a family size.
It is a family size, but depending on your family size, they do have smaller pans. So you want it, and it depends on how much chicken breast that you've actually grounded up. We're just going to take this and dump it right on.
Can you do any meat, or chicken breast is the main one?
You could do turkey, or you could do beef. I have not chosen to use anything but chicken.
Okay.
All right.
And how many breasts is that?
This is 5.
5.
So 5, and look at that. That's a lot of meat, right?
It sure is. Yeah, and I probably, when it gets done, I could just eat it by itself. But since you're going to decorate,
yes,
you know. But yeah, because I never thought about it. I mean, it looks kind of like a lot to take in when you're saying it's all chicken breast, but it's chicken breast and it's seasoned.
Yes.
And then you get to, you know, bake it. Now, do you bake it beforehand or?
Yes, you definitely bake it beforehand. So what we're going to do now? So our chicken breast, the crust part. Mm-hmm. Look, that was nice and easy, right? Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take some parchment paper.
I knew parchment paper was in here somewhere. I was wondering how come it wasn't on the pan, but I should have known parchment paper.
But what we want to do is to cook this off a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I'm putting the parchment paper over it so that I can put another pan on top. Okay. This pan on top is going to keep it from shrinking up too much.
Wow.
All right. So I want to put this on top. Mm-hmm. And then this is what's going in the oven. I'm going to let it go in the oven for about 8 minutes.
All right.
Then uncover it and let it cook for another few minutes.
Now, we must tell our viewers what the oven is set for.
This oven is set on 400.
400, okay.
And we're going in, like I said, for the first about 5 to 8 minutes, okay? And we're going to be on the second shelf. Okay. Well, actually, yeah, the bottom shelf. Let's put it that way. Okay. So we're going to be on the bottom shelf. And I just need to wash my hands if you don't mind.
Okay, you can go ahead. And while you're doing that, ladies and gentlemen, you see she put it in the oven. That means we're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
That's low.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks.
And welcome back to the second half show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in, did you not see the first half when Chef Carmela is preparing a chicken crust pizza? That means that the crust is chicken, it's not bread. Okay, so I'm excited about this because it doesn't take that long to prepare. So she's already got the crust part in the oven, and she's going to, now what part is this, the topping?
This is going to be our topping. So, you know, because we're doing 30 minutes, you know, you can buy some peppers already cut up. Okay. And we're going to just chop up an onion right quick, okay?
You know, I always encourage our viewers, if you are a person with a disability or if you are a senior, you know, you have, you know, something that you want to try and make yourself, go to your grocers and ask them to supply you with vegetables already cut. Get your meat cut up, whatever. So your grocery stores normally, if you are a consistent shopper there, they usually will accommodate you, and you can ask them, and it should be free of charge. If it's not, call me, 1-800-323-5336. Okay, I hate to see if somebody go to the store and they don't know that they can ask their grocer to, you know, the butcher, can you cut the meat for me, or, you know, the vegetable person, fruit and vegetable person, produce person, you know, can I get my vegetables already cut and stuff? And you should be able to just ask that. You're already purchasing the items in the store.
Exactly. And sometimes, you know, when you purchase something that's pre-cut, it does cost a little bit more, but you're saving some time at home as well. And if there is a disability and you have a little bit of issue with the cutting, it just helps that it's already prepped for you and already done.
Correct.
So we're going to go ahead and get our onions going in here. All right, and then we've got the peppers.
Okay. You got the money up so fast. I think I was talking when she.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's why you're the chef. Okay. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I want to first and foremost thank you all for your prayers and concerns about me during my downtime from a previous auto accident. And so I am recovering beautifully. And thank you so much for all your concern. And continue watching the show as we grow. Thank you all.
All right.
Chef, you know, a lot of times when people see you or don't hear from you for a while, they're like, what happened to her? So I want to clarify that, yes, I did sustain a severe injury, and yes, I came through it very well.
And you're looking good, Marcia. Glad you are so back now.
Thank you so much.
All right. So at this point right now, our vegetables are just going to cook off a little bit. We've got our chicken breast in.
Okay.
It's been in for a few minutes, and so we're going to probably in the next 2-3 minutes take the top part off, because remember we put parchment paper and a pan over it.
Okay.
We're going to take that off so that it can then brown, but the purpose of that was so that it would not shrink up a whole lot. Okay.
Now who would think of that besides you? I'm just wondering. I'm like, so what's the big deal? But who would think of putting a pan on top of a pan? But that should be the case if you want the meat to stay spread out.
Spread out, okay. And because things as they cook, they do go in. Well, this pan over it just helps it to stay in place and to keep our pizza as wide as we need it. All right, so as you can see here, we've got our peppers and onions going here.
They are smelling good, I see.
Got that.
Now, you know, if you're not a flipper, don't flip it. Get your spatula.
Get a spatula. It's okay.
I'm not a flipper, but I got a spatula.
And the reason we're cooking off our vegetables a little bit, of course, is because once that chicken gets done, we just want to top it. We're going to put some pizza sauce, some cheese, top it with our vegetables, and then we're going to put it back in the oven. But we don't want to overcook our chicken either. So we want our vegetables to be cooked off a little bit. So you smell those onions? Okay.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it really, onions smell so good, but you don't think, like, I'm not the kind of person that can just eat onions.
Right,
but onions do smell. We had that conversation before. You don't like onions either.
I don't.
You can cook with them, but you can't eat them.
Because the flavor, it gives food such a good flavor that when I do use onions, I do dice them small. If they're too large, I pick them out. So, but it gives the good flavor.
It does.
It does. So I'm going to add just a little bit of garlic in here as well.
Okay. And garlic's another one. I couldn't just eat that.
Oh, no.
You know, you take a garlic clove and chuck it down for digestion issues, but digestive issues. But other than that, we're not doing no garlic. Okay. I like garlic salt, even though I know.
You know, garlic powder is better.
My sister lives with garlic. She's like, you should change over. And I'm like, why? So.
Well, because with the garlic powder, if you're using any other seasoning that may have salt, now you're doubling up on your salt. Okay, so the garlic powder actually helps. It still gives that flavor without that extra salt.
Okay.
All right, so to this, we're going to add some mushrooms. And we don't need a lot.
All right.
Because mushrooms, they're going to shrink up anyway.
That looks like a little meal all by itself.
All by itself.
Onions,
so we're just going to let that cook for a minute.
Smells good.
And of course, we talk flavor, right? Everything builds and has to have a flavor to it. So
now,
we're just going to...
you like to make your own seasoning, would you suggest or recommend to a person to blend their own flavors together?
I mean, so what I do is I take probably about 4 or 5 different seasonings that I like, and I blend them together.
But no salt?
No salt.
See there? Okay.
No salt.
Not only does it smell good.
One of the seasonings that I use, it already has salt in it.
Okay.
So I just take that, and then you got, a few other seasonings. You don't need that extra salt in it.
Do it on the salt.
No.
Okay. No. And we're switching over, ladies and gentlemen, every day in our health routines to try to eat better, exercise more, meditate, whatever is the activity for you that will keep you calm or keep you active. That's what you should be doing. And then just when you say, what I'm going to eat today, you should turn on to Just Ask Talk Show and find your recipe that one of the chefs have introduced to us. So we'll see this on the web?
Yes, you will.
All right.
What I'd like to do now, Marcia, is to go back to the oven and take that, or if you would like to.
I think I I could do that.
All right, all right. So you're going to take the top pan and the parchment paper off.
The top pan and the parchment paper off. Okay.
Be careful.
Pan. Oh, yeah. Don't burn the host. Okay. Oh, wow.
And see how the edges have started to brown on us, which is what we want.
You guys get a shot of that? Okay. Okay.
All right,
All
yeah.
right.
And so now what we want is that middle where we had the
Okay.
pan sitting. We want that to cook a few minutes, okay?
Wow. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. So, those of you who watch the show, you know somebody who can cook. And we don't mean just cook. We mean someone who can design a meal that's healthy eating, low in cholesterol, low in calories, diabetic friendly, all with great taste, in 30 minutes or less. Then you need to give us a call. 1-800-323-5336. 1-800-323-5336. Twitter, hashtag Marsha. Some way, somehow, give me a call, drop me a line. You'll see it all at the bottom of the screen. And let us know who you think, or even if it's yourself, that wants to prepare a meal on camera for our viewers to try. That means the vegans, the sous chefs, anyone in the culinary field, or even non-culinary. If you're just someone who knows good cooking, then, give us a call. I had to tell people that because a lot of times people sit down and say, I can do that. I got something I can present. Well, then present it. Okay? Because I'm telling you, right now, I'm like,
and as you were talking, I put some pineapples in there. So
I smell pineapple.
So we've got, we've got peppers, onions, garlic, some mushroom, and some pineapple. That's going to be our topping. And of course, we've got some cheese and pizza sauce.
So let me ask you this. You just mixed up a pretty good dish right there.
You can take this and put on some rice.
I'm about to say, I'm going to ask you, could you top that off with, diced chicken in there? And, okay, diced chicken, shrimp, or something like that?
You could. You could. I mean, just right there.
Okay.
Get you a little bit of rice and put on the plate and put that on top.
Okay.
And you got a meal.
Brown rice at that.
Brown rice.
Of course.
You know.
No, you're diabetic. You know not to have that starch. You just feel like you got to have some rice. You can have a cup of brown rice. Okay. Keep that in mind. And you always like to season your rice with stock.
I do. And if depending on the type of meal that we're going with, we can use chicken stock, vegetable stock, or beef stock. Okay. It just adds that extra flavor. So with this, if we were doing chicken, we would use chicken stock. If you're doing shrimp, I would use a vegetable stock.
All right. Well, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. And by the time we come back, I won't be eating. I'm going to wait for you. We'll be right back.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to energy-saving bulbs. Saving energy saves you money.
And welcome back to the last half of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm enjoying Chef Carmela today because she's preparing one of my favorites, which is pizza, but it's a different kind of pizza. So this is one of the most healthiest meals that you probably can have. And she's going to give you the calorie count, the cost, and everything to make this pizza for a family of 2, 4, whatever you have, or even for yourself. So what I want you to do is get a pen and paper out and give us a call and give us some chef ideas, some things that you think are healthy and nutritional. And if you don't have any ideas, when you call us, we'll give you some. So feel free, 1-800-323-5336, 1-800-323-5336, and someone will be more than happy to answer your questions. And sometimes even I answer them, so you don't have a problem. Say, I want to speak to Marsha. I'm going to answer. All right, Chef, I had to do that because a lot of people think sometimes, when you call somebody, you can't talk to the one you saw, on TV. They won't talk to me. Well, hey, if they call for you, I'm going to make sure that they talk to you. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so where are we at?
At this point, Marsha, what we want to do is to take our chicken crust out of the oven. Okay. And we're going to get it topped so that it can go back in the oven just for a few minutes to melt the cheese.
Oh, my. Okay. If somebody had told me this was chicken, I'm like, no, it's not.
Be really careful.
Okay. And I know our guys got a shot of that, so let me put this over here on the eye. Uh-oh.
Here, let me get that for you, Marsha.
Okay, I'm struggling.
That's all right.
I'm an amateur. But I won't be an amateur when it's time to eat.
When it's time to eat.
Right.
All right.
Like the tester is in.
All right, so as you can see, our chicken crust has gone ahead and browned.
I can't believe that's chicken.
Now we're going to take some pizza sauce.
Okay.
You can actually, like I said, you can use barbecue sauce. You can use whatever sauce you like. Some people like, what's that, ranch? Now, ranch is going to be a little more fattening, of course.
Wow.
So, but whatever your topping, whatever you like.
Now, is this one of your family favorites?
It is. I made it once for the grandkids, and that's ever since then, it's like, Nana, when are we doing chicken crust pizza?
Okay.
So,
that's a good idea. You know, and I'm one for having young people in the kitchen. I think
yes.
that, when you get a certain age, probably 14, you need to start to learn how to prepare meals, mainly so that, you know, if mom's not around and you're hungry. I'm not going to say every parent is going to allow their kids on the stove. We're not going to say that. But if you are a parent that has teenagers, you know, spend some time with them in the kitchen and give them some food tips that you think that they can handle. And if it's the microwave, it's the microwave. You know, if it's the stove, it's the stove. And if it's not, you know, things that they can make until you get home. And then spend some more time with them and teaching them how to handle the stove itself. Now, that cheese, is that regular cheese? You know, somebody says, that's a lot of cheese. So what would be the calorie count on that cheese? Cause,
actually, the cheese is regular cheese, so we've got a little higher on the calorie count, but you're still between this cheese having, you know, probably about 25 to 30 calories serving, and we're just talking a serving.
Okay.
All right.
But you don't have to use regular cheese.
No, you can use low-fat cheese,
Okay.
whatever your favorite is, okay?
All right.
But that's just some regular cheese.
You know somebody's asking me about that. Okay.
Of course. All right. So once again, here is our topping, and we're just going to top this like this and get it spread over.
If I wasn't in here myself watching this be created, I would think to myself, I know it's crust under that pizza. Then I would be astounded to find out
It's chicken.
Meat is the crust.
That's
Okay.
it. That's it.
Now that looks good, even, and then this is not the finishing touch.
No, we have got to put it back in the oven and let the cheese melt. And that is only going to take just a few minutes. And so this is now ready to go back in the oven.
Wow. Okay. All right.
All right. If you don't mind opening the oven for me, I'll get that back in there.
Okay. I am highly impressed with what I'm looking at, just that much. Okay. I am really impressed.
All right. Ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Back on our shelf here. We just need to give it 2-3 minutes and that cheese will melt.
Okay.
And we will be all set to
So,
go.
ladies and gentlemen, she said 2 or 3 minutes. So, in that 2 or 3 minutes, you see my pretty blue plate, okay? And you see my fork and knife. So, that tells you that who's sampling today? Marsha's sampling. But I always tell you, you can always stand in my spot and be the sampler. All you got to do is give us a call and say, Marsha, I think I want to stand in that spot and sample your guest food, okay? Because some people might not believe it, but everyone who comes here makes something very, very delectable, and I try everything, and I even go home and try some of the things. So don't think because we produced the show that it's like, that's it, I'm never going to eat that again. We eat it, okay? Okay. So, Chef, in the interim that somebody's like thinking about making this, how, let's see, that level of pizza, is that a family of 6, 4?
That actually would be cut into 8s.
Okay.
And it depends on your family's healthiness or their appetite is what I should say. For me, 1 slice is all I can do. For my grandson, who's 15 and very active,
Okay.
you know, he's at 2 pieces, but it depends on your family size. So, that for me and my husband would be a leftover. Because I'm eating 1 piece, he may eat 2.
Now, how do you warm this up? Can you warm up the chicken?
You can, just right back in the oven, and it only takes a few minutes to heat it through. You can microwave it, but, you know, we do so much microwave. My husband and I actually have started to try to get away from reheating in the microwave. We will reheat on the stove again, or we'll go to the oven and start to reheat, because everything just goes in a microwave now, and that's okay. But if you can,
Yeah, go a long way like we used to.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
So, Marsha, your plate is a little bland, and when the pizza comes out, I just want to give your plate just a little color. Now, what you could also do is to make yourself a salad and have it on the side along with your pizza, okay? We need some color, right?
Okay.
So,
I hadn't thought about that salad because this definitely is a nutritional meal with the salad and the meat pizza. So, yeah.
So we just want to, add a little something to your plate because it's just a little.
Okay.
And then when it comes out, we're going to just set the pizza on there so that it.
You want me to take a look at it and see where the cheese is at?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, Chef, I think that cheese has melted.
All right. So we are ready to come out of that oven?
Yes, this is beautiful.
All right, so what I'm going to do is bring it back over here to the center.
Okay.
And then we will cut from there. And of course, you're going to have some juices on the bottom because
that juice looks good.
That's the juice from the chicken.
Okay.
Do you mind closing the oven for us? All right.
I don't know if our cameras guys got that. I hope you do, guys, because I'm impressed with this. Oh, my goodness.
All right, Marsha. So, as you see, that did not take us long. Look, the cheese has melted. And so now we have a slice here.
I had to bring my plate over there. Okay.
And we're slicing it just like, I think some of your pineapples have
I meant to find out, did I have a spatula available? I don't know if I have a spatula, but I've got something.
That's all right, because our little handy knife right here is going to get us.
Okay, let me know. I got a back end spatula, so.
That's all right. We're going to put a glove on so that if we touch your top of your pizza a little bit.
Oh, wow. It cut like a pizza. Did you see that? Camera guys, did you get that? Okay.
Cut it just like a pizza.
Look at there. Look at there. That is so... No, we're not going to waste too much time because I don't have a lot, but this looks great. All right. All right, those of you in viewer world want to know, is it good? This is beautiful. Oh, wow. And it cuts beautifully, too. Did you say this was chicken?
Yes, ma'am. Chicken Crust Pizza.
Wow.
No bread, so we don't have all of that starch and carbs. We do have protein. You got like probably about 32 grams of protein in your chicken breast. And we're only talking 200 and, depending on the toppings, 250 calories.
Okay,
so.
Wow. Well, I hate to eat and run, but ladies and gentlemen, I got to eat and run. I'm your host, Marsha Post for Just Ask. Chef, will you come back?
I will.
Please,
I enjoy it.
Please come back
I
again.
will. Thank you, Marsha.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is so good. I cannot let my pizza get cold, and I will not wait any longer. But you'll find the recipe on the Just Ask Talk Show website. Feel free to go there. If you know someone with a disability or if you just have a general question, don't be afraid to ask. Just ask. I'm your host. Thank you. Where was I? Okay.